Hi there, this is TR for Stagecoach Art Sewing Machine. Today we have something a little out of the ordinary. We usually don't deal in more modern machines, but once in a while a really quality one comes along and we feel we want to offer you the chance to buy this newer machine. This is a Viking model 6690. I'm not real familiar with Vikings, but I think that this is from the early 80s. It's computerized. Not really computerized. It's electronic. There's a difference. Instead of linkages inside, movements of the needle bar and feed are controlled by what are called step motors. And listen to this. When you turn the machine on, you'll hear the step motors kick in. Hear that? Gets everything ready. Machine comes on, ready to straight stitch. Now you notice that this is got the work table on here. Pull this leg towards you, like this, and pick up this one, and the work table comes off. And then you're left with a very slender free arm here. This is where the bobbin is, down inside here. Actually, we're going to wind a bobbin, and I'll show you how to insert that in a minute. But this is a very usable size for a free arm. The previous owner stuck a magnet patch here for pins and needles. I guess that's pretty clever. We didn't take it off because we didn't want to mar the finish. Machine does have a few little dings, but for being about 30 years old, do that. It's looking great. Let's put this back on for now. You slide it on. There's a tab back there. And pull this little thing towards you, and it engages a pin that sticks into the body of the machine. And look, there's a little window here so that you can see when you're putting your bobbin case in. Clever touch. Okay, let's wind the bobbin. Now, it's not on top like you would expect maybe if you've sewn on Singer type machines or most Japanese ones. Let me just show you where it is on the Viking. Viking is made in Sweden. Might have guessed that by the name. Bobbin winder's over here. Thread down through here. Bobbin is on this spindle. We'll just go ahead and wind some bobbin. Listen how smooth that motor is. It's an electronic motor. Electronic speed control. That means you can go very, very slow and still have all the same needle piercing power as going fast. That's a great improvement over the older rheostat type machines. Also, the foot control on this machine is really big and comfortable. Check that out. And it won't get warm because it works differently than the old kind. Okay, let's get our bobbin off there. Pull it off. See this little spindle. And scissors out of the way. Turn the machine back around here. Got it on this pillowcase so it doesn't scratch my table. Getting my work table figured out. Okay. Thread the bobbin case. Slender little bobbin case. Loosen the notch. And under the spring, tick. I think that's all there is to it. Let's take this thing off again, just so I can show you a little bit of details about what's going on in here. There's our bobbin case we just threaded. It just clicks in on that spindle. Real simple. This Viking is a full rotary machine. The shuttle makes a full circle for each stitch. It's very smooth and capable of high speeds. Let's thread the top. Let's put the thread on the spindle. Goes around a hook right there. Down through the tension. That's this. Check spring is in here. And the take-up lever has a slot, so you don't have to poke it through the eye. And then through the little curly Q. And there. And then the needle is threaded front to back. And now we're ready to sew. Let's start with a piece of Oxford cloth. Just a piece of fabric that's laying around the shop here. We've got it on straight stitch. There's a little button under each stitch that you can push. And notice the needle moving. Little sound, hear that? It's a little step motors. Alright. Well, let's just go back to our straight stitch. The machine, we're set on a 2.5 stitch length. This is a European machine, so it does its stuff in metric. A nice stitch. Okay, let's try a zigzag. It's a pretty small zigzag. Let's see if we want to make it wider. Ooh, I'm setting the width over here. See that? That's the widest one. Very nice, perfect balanced tension, both front and back. Now I want to see if it is... Oh, there's reverse. Watch this. And it reverses in the stitch that you're in. Let's try one of these decorative deals here. Number 8. It already sets its length up and knows where that stitch is going to look good. Like with the machines with the cams, you usually had to mess with the length and the width to get it to look right. And here we've got this little string of flowers. Here, it looks good on the front and back. Sweet. Let's try some heavier fabric. Here's a piece of basic 12-ounce linen. And let's put our work table back on. Sure, it's so easy to do. I don't have that extra space. Remember, squeeze this part towards you. And that clicks on right there. And that clicks on right there. Let's just go for a layer of denim. Just one layer. Straight stitch. Now, of course, even as cool as this machine is, it can't do stuff like tell you to change your needle for the right fabric. So you still have to remember all the rules about needles and thread. Never use cheap thread and off-brand needles. And also, the heavier the fabric, the longer the seam. So let's double this over a couple of times. Let's give it 4 layers, and let's lengthen our seam out a little bit. Look at it going up here. 4.5, 5.0. Let's see that. Just right on over that. Man, that is a really good looking stitch. Really balanced. Let's see, what else can I show you? Oh, this thing, I think, for instance, the flower. Let's go back to that flower. If you push just that, it's going to do one of those flowers. And stop. Now you could do one of those. Key thing. And stop. One repetition of the pattern and then stop. And it ties off the thing. So you could do all these just little individual bits. So that's the single button. This one, I think, reverses the pattern right-left. So you got this one here. Let's make it the eyeballs face the other direction. Yeah, that's what it does. Sewing machines, even these high-tech ones of the 80s, still, they all kind of work the same. So the computerized ones, even though they're different controls. Yeah, that flipped it over from what's pictured there. So that's the flip the pattern button there. Take a straight stitch. And, well, that's all the goodies, I think, that I can show you on this. If there's anything else you'd like to know about it, let us know. We'll figure it out for you. It's also got a marked throat plate. Missed that part. But for now, if you'd like to play with this wonderful Viking made in Sweden, model 6690, we've got it here at Stagecoach Road Sewing. And give us an email or give us a call and we'll tell you how it can be yours. Thanks for watching.